Hello, everybody. This is Noemi Banchi, and we are broadcasting from Springwood, Australia, from the Blue Mountains. And we are going to talk today about this topic: empower yourself now. I should say, right now. My mom used to say, don't live for tomorrow what you can do today. She still says that. So we are going to, let me see. Okay, 1 second. Oi, power. Okay, so let me see. What can we do? No, it's not this. It's just technical issues we are resolving. Okay, why is that? So, what I might need to do is, okay, go. And see if we can see from here. Okay. Well, let's see. So, we are studying this book, Pillars of Metaphysics by Ruben Cedenio. And, well, there is a lot of content in this book, and we are studying bit by bit. Every week, one topic. And just to give you a hint in terms of where we are in the book, so the pillars of metaphysics are 4. We already studied mentalism, the first pillar, and we are now in the second pillar, the inner being. So that's why the objective today is to empower yourself, and once for all, be happy, do what you want, and stop waiting for someone or something to happen, because you can change, you can empower yourself right now. Okay, 1 second. Now, all right. Your true self, your I am presence, which is internal, inside of you, unifying, intelligent, inclusive, harmonious, truthful, healthy, prosperous, peaceful, and transformative. This is you. The perfect you. But your true self is discovered through self-study, self-inquiry, meditation. Your true self is not the physical, vital, emotional, and mentally toxic, limited, defective, failed, ignorant, inharmonious, false, conflict, and oppressive personality. We talked about this last in the previous activities. So now is you cannot. So Master Kuthumi says, evil doesn't exist per se. Means when you enter in a room and you touch to switch on the light, there is no conflict, there is no fight, it's just light. It was dark, the room was dark, and now is illuminated. The same with you. All your defects, all your mistakes you have made in the past, okay, this is not you. Your real you is perfect, doesn't have any problem with anybody, is all inclusive, can forgive, is intelligent, etc., etc., is healthy and prosperous. So you are your spirit, soul, and body. And we call I am presence, or the monad. Your soul is your consciousness, and the body is your personality. The activation of self-consciousness is the awakening of the inner being. So, yes, you can be perfect. You are not yet. What I'm saying is, I think I have the picture. Yes, exactly that. This picture. The Wachowskis made this amazing, they direct the amazing movie, I love it, The Matrix. And is, although Hollywood, is when someone awakes, and is very, very descriptive, the image in the movie. It's like people are living in a capsule, asleep. And one day, they wake up, and it's like Neo in the movie. So Ruben Cedeno explains that the inner being can be active inner being or inactive inner being. And you can see in the images here, the active inner being, how is the active inner being? Is awake, is working, is in a kind of, I chose that photo specifically for the activity because I don't know if you can see it from there. I don't know what happened with the OBS, but the expression of her face is like peaceful but working, active, eyes open. This is like proactive. And the inactive inner being, yes, the person can still drink something, but the people, they are not proactive, they don't think for themselves, they just automatic, they like a robot. They don't do something intelligent, they just copy someone else. And you know what? Why are you not empowering yourself right now? Because of your negativity. Nobody told you you are negative, and because of that you are not manifesting perfection. For example, I was listening to someone speaking on the phone saying there is one restaurant, oh yes, there is no much option, There are no many options. Well, see, how you speak is how you think. So that inner being is inactive. And this is the exactly representation of this this part of Jesus' life. Like, there are pictures and it's in the Bible. What happened? Well, the disciples and Jesus were in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the lake, the Galilee lake, and a storm started, and all the disciples, the image is very descriptive as well, all are terrified. They don't know what to do. They are afraid. They are terrified. And Jesus was asleep. So they decided to wake up him, and they said, "Hey, wake up. There is a big storm." So he woke up and said, "What's going on?" "Oh, peace, calm." That's it. This is what he did. And he used the causation quadrant. His thought, his feeling, his words, and his action, like you see with his hands. And the storm stopped. Now, don't wait for someone to come to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. You are your inner being, and this is why the inner being is also known as the inner Christ. And when I say Christ, I'm not just talking of Jesus. The reason why we know Jesus Christ is because Jesus was the he was able to fully manifest his inner being. He's Christ. So that's why he was known as Jesus Christ, or the Christ. And Christ is just a word that comes from Messiah, which means the anointed. So nobody is going to come here to save you. You need to empower yourself now, not tomorrow, no in 10 minutes, right now. Now, that picture is beautiful. You see the chosen, and you see the image. Oh, beautiful. And you are eating popcorn in the cinema maybe. But what is that stone? Because this is about you and me, of course. Well, it can be that someone like you lost your job and you are desperate. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. What's going to happen? You are terrified because of your age, because of this, because of that. That can be your storm. A car accident, or I said a car accident, and not just in the moment, because that could happen 10 years ago, and you're still talking about that. No, you're not talking about what you ate 10 years ago. You just talk about what impacted you emotionally. Well, that affected him. If you lost your belongings, maybe a house or your car, not just by accident, but any other circumstance, but you lost something, what are you going to do? That could be your storm. Your partner left you. They broke up with you, and you are devastated. What are you going to do? Or someone passed away, your beloved one. Even could be your pet. What are you going to do? That could be a storm. Some sickness, or you look at the wallet, you look at your bank account, and there are some coins. What are you going to do about that? And you need to pay the bills and the rent or the mortgage or this or that, and what that could be your storm, and could be any other example. I just thought of some examples here. What could be that storm? Now that's your storm, and the inactive inner being represents unconsciousness, the ignorance of not manifesting any of the 7 aspects of God or acting against the 7 universal principles. So literally, the person is, yes, moving around, breathing, but unconscious. Unconscious of what? Of they can empower themselves. You can empower yourself. I want to stop talking about they, because this is about you and me. They, I don't know they, but I am talking about to me. And this is the thing. When I prepare these activities, I learn double, because when do you really learn? When you teach. So when I prepare these activities, I prepare first for myself. And to be honest, I thought, okay, I want not just say what Ruben says in the book. I want to talk about my experience. About my inner, and this is a process. I remember I'm talking about the movie right now, The Matrix, when Neo, yes, he woke up, he took off all the cables, he was out of that capsule. And then what? Well, then he had to learn. So his teacher, Morpheus, he was teaching him, he was training him. So without some programming. And then I remember one time he was fighting, and Morpheus says, and you think you're breathing. And then it's all about being aware of the reality. Then if you haven't watched it, I recommend 100% to watch it. Maybe I'm going to watch it tonight. Well, what happened is, and after that, what happened? And then he, I don't know if it was in the movie 1 or 2 or 3, he he started waking others. And this is how we transmit the knowledge, by talking. So the inactive inner being is the one who is awake, is afraid, is terrified, is suffering all that examples we already mentioned. The active inner self is when you say, okay, my inner being can. Your inner being is not another person, is you, yourself. Okay. Now, let's say examples. If you need faith, strength to do something, an immediate solution. I remember an immediate solution about this. I wanted to travel. I was I was thinking, okay, I want to travel and I want to do this travel, and I didn't know where the money was going to come from. Well, but I said, okay, my inner being can. My inner being can. And what happened? The money appeared and I could travel. And some people are, when you need faith, some people are afraid of someone, I don't know, will harm them. If you're that person that you fear that others will harm you, maybe because your parents taught you that, or maybe you learn by yourself. I don't know why. It's because you are not empowering yourself. So say, my inner being can. If you need intelligence to understand something, pass an exam, solve an issue. I remember I don't want to talk too much about this issue, but I remember I was very, very sad because I said something and it was wrong what I did, and you can harm not just physically but sometimes with your words, and if you are unconscious and you speak, and you can harm people. So I was in that situation and I was very, very upset with myself. And I said, okay, but I didn't let my emotions to overwhelm me. So I said, okay, I focus on my inner self. So I said, my inner being can. And I repeat to myself, my inner being can, my inner being can. Is not just focus on the problem, but understand why. So what aspect of the totality of life I am missing here, or what universal principle I am I'm not acting properly, so I have this circumstance. So and focusing on my inner being, then I could realize what was the issue and disappear. Something like that. Very simple, very simple right now. But this is the way. Empowering yourself by studying, connecting, thinking, saying, using your causation quadrant. My inner being can. This is when I already told you that I had my exams to be a physio, to be able, not to be a physio, because my degree is from Argentina. I was a physio. I just needed an exam, a certificate that saying I can work in Australia. So I failed my exams. But I said, okay, no, my inner being can. I'm not happy. I don't accept this. My inner being can. And now I'm working as a physiotherapist. If you are looking for love, are you the person who wants to meet someone who, you want a partner or companion or someone, a friend, you feel alone? Okay, my inner being can. Your inner being is composed of the threefold flame: goodwill, wisdom, and love. So love is within you. So you say, my inner being can. And your inner being is not separate from the inner being of the other person, and the other person, and the other person. So you will, if you want to meet someone, well, your inner being can. But you need to use the causation quadrant. Your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions. I tell you how I met my partner at the bus stop. I went to the bus stop my first day in Australia, and someone talked to me. What happened if I didn't talk to him? Well, probably probably we wouldn't be partners. So being open, smile to people. If you're looking for love, you should be the first person to offer that love. And then it's not just the moment you meet someone, then it's maintain that relationship. And so on. So if you want to maintain your relationship with your partner, say, my inner being can, my inner being can. If you want to beautify yourself, harmonize a situation. Well, and participants for the content, what do you call the beauty, to be Miss Universe. It's like Miss Universe? To be the most beautiful woman on earth. Okay. He says, makeup, dress, be always ready. Know it because, I'm at home, and then I go shopping, I go with my, with my dressing gown. No. If you want to beautify yourself, well, dress properly, use colors of the rainbow. Blue, yellow, pink, white, green, or orange, or gold ruby, violet. This is how you beautify yourself. Some people suffer because they think they are old. And I said to them, you are not old, you are a soul. So you can say, my inner being can. So you are using the causation quadrant. See, so for myself, I'm wearing this nice shirt, eye makeup. If you want to see the truth in a situation, document of any kind, or if you need to heal yourself, well, you are going to sign a contract and you are not sure. Well, my inner being can. Remember to use the causation quadrant. Is my inner being can. Let's talk about just health. If you want to be healthy, think my inner being can. Feel you are healthy. My inner being can. Speak to yourself. My inner being can. And the fourth is the action. Look at what you eat. Look at if you do exercise, because those things matters. If you need money or something else, because look, sometimes people get confused and they just want money. But it's not everything money. You need to be aware sometimes you need something. If you need a house, you don't think of the money, think of the house. And the money will come. But if you need to pay, let's say you need to pay a bill or whatever, okay, ask for the money or decree for money. But not always is money, is about money. And this is about the consciousness of prosperity. That's why the inner self, the soul is the consciousness. My inner being can. You You just see the branches. You are not seeing the whole picture. You are missing the whole picture of the forest just looking at the tree. Don't look at your salary. Don't look at your wherever your income might be. Look the whole picture. The salary you have, or like I said, the way that you receive the money is just the way. If you're aware that your inner being is the prosperity you need, you just decree that my inner being can to manifest the money, the house, the pair of shoes, the trip, the flight. Sometimes, even if you want to go to a restaurant, a very popular one, and you want a reservation, and then you can say, my inner being can, and you make the reservation. If there is a need for forgiveness, protection, or transmutation, forgiveness and the need of forgiveness, because forgiveness can be that you need to forgive someone, or you need you need to forgive someone that you think someone hurt you, or you need to ask for forgiveness to someone. But you know what? The forgiveness, you can ask for forgiveness if you want, yes, but you need to forgive yourself first. And your inner self is forgiveness. The forgiveness is within you. So once you can forgive yourself, you can forgive others. That's all. Transmutation. And believe me, forgiveness can be the key, is the key to release yourself from your storm. My inner being can. Don't say the words, oh, that's impossible. I will never forgive you for what you have done. Don't say that, because that is a sentence for yourself, to attach yourself to that person or to that circumstance. And that's why people get into hospitals or prisons, because to realize all the evil they made. And bless. Okay. With blessings, I checked the dictionary, and the Spanish definition is a little bit different from the English definition. I will explain the Spanish definition, which applies absolutely, completely to this word. The definition of bless is magnify, multiply. So when I say I'm going to see a person in hospital, say I bless you, I am magnifying. If the person is ill with cancer, I am magnifying that condition. So don't say I bless you. You need to specify what you are blessing. So I bless your health, or I bless your inner being. When you are blessing their inner beings, you are blessing the perfection in them. And the image is just two people walking. You can see what I see. The image is like two people love each other. They are looking into their eyes, and one person is projecting this, I bless your inner being. If you are worried about your kids when they go to school, or they go to work because they are already adult but is still worried, or they go to travel, or your parents or your loved ones, you think, I bless your inner being, because the inner being is protection. We already saw inner being is protection. So when you say, I bless your inner being, you are blessing the protection. They need an exam. Okay, you say, I bless your inner being. They will get, you are blessing their intelligence. When, yes, when they are ill, you can say, I bless your inner being, so you magnify the health. If you see that someone needs money, I bless your inner being, because inner being is prosperity. And I would say that that's quite easy, to bless the inner being, because you love them. Of course, you want the best for them. But what about this picture? This picture, it can be you with your, I don't know, maybe your partner, maybe your boss, your co-worker, and you don't really get along with that person for some reason. What are you going to do? Rubén Cedeño says, you can no longer think of people according to the defects of their personalities. On the contrary, you must look at the perfection of their inner being. The person is a whole person. Think of them that they have mom, dad, etc., loved ones. So when you think of that person that really, really annoys you, okay, let's, the same picture again. Are you going to do the same as she is doing, like trying to avoid contact, eye contact? You don't want to speak with that person? In metaphysics, it's much more fun. I bless your inner being. It's not fun with that person who you don't really want to talk, and you say, okay, but you are going to be serious. You are going to think, I bless your inner being. And you say, okay, but I don't feel it. It doesn't matter. That's the key. You don't have to feel. You are not hypocrite. You say this, I bless your inner being. And I'm telling you, I don't know what could be the result. It happened to me with someone. I don't want to give you too many details. Long story short, and that person, some reason I didn't want to speak too much. I don't know why. And I said, okay, I bless your inner being. I bless your inner being. I bless your inner being. What happened? That person got transferred. And I don't see them anymore. Still, I bless their inner being. Solution. Ruben tells as well that he went to donate one of his books to a library, and the person received the books, but for some reason they start talking and they said, look, Ruben, I have this issue. The people here working in this place, they are all like they're not cooperating. The team is not working here. Can you help me? Can you do something? And he said, well, I don't know. So he said, well, at least I will say hello. So then he went to, so the person went with Ruben, and so Ruben with each person, when he was saying hello to meeting each person, he was thinking, I bless your inner being. I bless your inner being. I bless your inner being. Well, next year, same time, same thing. Ruben went to the same library. I don't remember which country. And then the person spoke again with Ruben. And the person said, Ruben, you won't believe what happened. Remember what I told you, the story? Yeah, he said, yeah. Well, now for some reason, they were all out. And now I have a new team, and the team is amazing. They are proactive, they are helpful, and so on, so on, so on. So, if you want to try. Now, causal consciousness is the complete embodiment of the 7 aspects of God within a person, within you. It forms the vesture of the inner being. Vesture is like a garment, composed of 7 concentric spheres of consciousness, each corresponding to one of the 7 rays. I don't know. Yes, I put it here. Wonderful. Okay, so this is the representation of the I am presence. The whole thing. We said at the beginning, spirit is the body of light. The soul is the inner self, the consciousness, and is that form of a triangle, and your body, your personality. Okay, now that consciousness, we also call the Christ, is surrounded by the causal consciousness. And that causal consciousness are 7 concentric spheres. You can see the first one is the blue. The radiation is blue and is goodwill, which means is you have all the power. You have the power to do. The limitation is just here. I'm telling you, when I was before I did the exams to be a physiotherapist here in Australia, my partner was saying, Noemi, when are you going to do the exams? When are you have this degree, use it. And I was, no. Actually, if between you and me, don't tell anybody, I was afraid. Afraid of what? Well, first I wanted to learn better, improve my English. And one day I said, okay, relax, come on. And I empower myself. I said, I can do it. My inner being can do it. And I started the whole process. That's the will. When you want to do something, don't look at your wallet first or your bank account. This is what most people do. Oh, I want to travel. Let me see how much savings I have. Forget about it. That's from the 7 steps of precipitation. That's the last one. The first one is the will, the decision. Are you willing to do that? Then wisdom. The wisdom is that concentric sphere is within you, is the wisdom. Examples. You were born and the nurse, whatever they did, you start breathing. Who taught you how to breathe? You knew. Was within your causal consciousness. Then you start walking and then you learn how to walk. Sometimes we need to remember things, but some people like Mozart, for example, he was able to compose when he was 4. And how that can happen is because in his causal consciousness, he had all this knowledge. So, love. Okay, with love is, the love is within you. Is in that pink sphere. So when you want to love someone, be inclusive. Because as Jesus said, do to others what you would like to be done to you. That's love. That's the action, being inclusive with others, regardless their sexual orientation, their race, their etc., etc. Political ideas, tendencies, beauty. So all that beauty is there. You can bring it to manifest here. Health. The health is within you. But what happens is most of the time people talk about their condition, their headache, their this, their that, and they never said I'm healthy. How on earth you think you're going to heal if you don't speak about health? Well, empower yourself by thinking I am healthy. Prosperity is in that sixth sphere of gold ruby ray. All the money you need is already there. All the houses you were living and you are going to live are already there. When you were born, well, I don't know, but when I was born, I already had a house. I didn't buy the house, my parents bought it. But I had a house. And I had food, and I had electricity, and I had gas. So because it was in my causal consciousness. And forgiveness, which is in the seventh violet concentric sphere. So don't wait for someone to forgive you. Forgiveness is within you. You just need to practice. So, to manifest, to precipitate the thing you're needing, you need to use the causation quadrant. Your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. That's why the hands are like this. They are coming on your hands, saying, I am precipitating from my causal consciousness what you need right now. Money. Whatever you need. And you be careful. You need attention. You need to be focused. That is already there. You feel it like is there. This is what Jesus says. Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Your heart is the representation of your focus, your attention. So whatever your focus now, like accumulate, like I said at the beginning, don't look at your bank account or your savings when you want to do something, because let's say this the connection of your consciousness is here in the pineal gland. So focus here. And there, nobody can stop you to think. You are free to think. Nobody can steal from you that. The only limitation that you are not having what you need is you, your thoughts, your feelings, your fears, your doubts. If you have doubts, you will not get what you need. You are not empowering anybody, not yourself. So you need to get rid of the doubts and practice. Don't even believe me. Don't believe me. Any word what I'm saying, just apply this knowledge and do it for yourself so you can see the right of consciousness. When something you need is lost or seemingly taken, know that it is never truly gone. By the principle of correspondence, as above, so below. It exists within your causal consciousness and is yours by right of consciousness. So, see how this is empowering yourself? Let's say someone takes something from you without asking you. Don't worry. Let it go. And think that the cause of that is within you. All the causes why you have a house, a car, clothes, electricity, food, the possibility to travel, able to speak, etc., 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 is the causes here is within you. You just need to use the right of consciousness you have to bring it back. And the decree to do that is, what is mine by right of consciousness can never be taken from me, nor can I ever lack it. The best example I can give right now is the air. When you breathe in the air, you enjoy the air and then you exhale and you let it go. But then again, you have more air and you let it go, and you never lack of air. Well, the same with everything. But this is a state of consciousness. Means means that you will, if you understand and apply this, you will never be afraid of any harm any longer. Just to give you an example of how the consciousness works, someone was telling me that the person doesn't wear any jewelry because the consciousness that the person has is, if it's gold, someone will have the intention, or more than intention, of taking from me, stolen. But if I have a fake one, I will be okay. So the person is not protected because having a fake gold chain is because the consciousness of the person protects, saying, okay, it's fake, nobody will touch it. But can you really see this is fake or real? Unless you are an expert and looking very closely, maybe, but it's the consciousness. I used to, not right now, but I used to have a gold ring from my grandpa. And my mom used to say, are you going to wear that ring, Noemi? Are you crazy? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, you don't have power over me. I am protected. My inner being can. Because sometimes you need to defend yourself even for your beloved ones. If you have doubts that you are not protected, you are lost. But you need to work on that. And the inner being's physical master atom is located at the apex of the heart's left ventricle, controlling all biological functions. So it is right here, the apex, and there, see? How interesting is this? How interesting this is. When someone is in hospital and for some reason the heart stops moving, biting, all the health professionals come straight away to do an electric shock. True or false? True. Is because the heart is the physical master atom. all your body is full of atoms. But why the heart is so important is because there is the master atom. The physical master atom is like the conductor of all the rest of the atoms. So when they do the electric shock, the person shakes, and then the heart starts moving again. So clinically, the person is alive. Because that atom in that part of your heart is controlling all your biological functions. So you can heal yourself because of that, saying my inner being can heal me. And you talk to your be grateful because you need the body. Be grateful, treat it well, eat properly, don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, don't use drugs, because that kills the cells of your body, literally. But if you take care of your body, you are healthy, don't eat meat, the meat is a cadaver, then you are more likely to have a healthy body where you are at the moment attached. Well, thank you very much and see you next time. 1 second.